Dive into the darkest corners of the supernatural with us. Explore spine-chilling tales of horror where every shadow hides a secret and every story will haunt your dreams. Join us as we unravel mysteries, encounter the paranormal, and journey through the realms of fear itself. Subscribe now and join our community of thrill seekers, because here, fear has a new name: Fear Files.
Anna Gray wakes up in her modest apartment in Ravenswood, the morning sunlight filtering through the curtains. She stretches, yawns, and prepares for the day ahead, unaware that today marks the anniversary of her sister Sarah's tragic death. As Anna goes through her morning routine, making coffee, checking her emails, she notices odd occurrences, like a misplaced photo frame or a flickering light. These anomalies unsettle her but seem insignificant at first. At the local newspaper office, where Anna works as an investigative journalist, she delves into old articles about Sarah's accident. She finds discrepancies in witness statements and begins to suspect foul play, setting her on a path to uncover the truth behind her sister's death. While researching, Anna stumbles upon a file containing reports of strange phenomena in Ravenswood, unexplained disappearances, sightings of spectral figures, and whispers of a cursed carnival that once operated on the town's outskirts. She realizes these incidents might be connected to Sarah's accident. Anna visits the Ravenswood Library to dig deeper into local myths and legends. There, she encounters Elijah Blackwood, an enigmatic figure known for his expertise in occult lore. He warns her cryptically to cease her investigation, hinting that some truths are better left buried. On her way home through the dense forest surrounding Ravenswood, Anna experiences a series of unsettling events: strange lights dancing among the trees, fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures that vanish when she tries to approach. These manifestations intensify her determination to uncover the town's dark secrets. Anna's curiosity leads her to Blackwood Manor, a decrepit mansion on the town's edge rumored to be haunted. There, she confronts Elijah, demanding answers about Sarah's accident and the supernatural occurrences plaguing Ravenswood. Elijah reluctantly reveals fragments of his own tragic past and his involvement in occult practices. Elijah discloses his pact with ancient entities that granted him forbidden knowledge and extended his life, but at a terrible cost. He confesses to orchestrating the car accident that claimed Sarah's life, believing her death was a necessary sacrifice to maintain his power and prevent the unsealing of a malevolent force lurking beneath Ravenswood. Armed with newfound knowledge, Anna races against the repeating day to gather crucial artifacts and decipher arcane symbols hidden within old manuscripts. She realizes that breaking the time loop is not just about saving herself, but preventing Elijah from unleashing catastrophic consequences upon the town and its inhabitants. Anna endures increasingly vivid and haunting visions of Sarah's final moments, each replay revealing new details that hint at the ritualistic nature of her death. She struggles with guilt over surviving the accident and questions her own role in the unfolding supernatural drama. As Anna delves deeper into the town's dark history, she confronts her own inner demons: fear, doubt, and the lingering grief over Sarah's death. These emotional battles threaten to consume her, but they also strengthen her resolve to confront Elijah and put an end to the cycle of death and suffering. Through meticulous research and consultation with local historians and occult experts, Anna pieces together the fragments of Elijah's ritual. She discovers that Sarah's death was a carefully orchestrated sacrifice meant to open a gateway to the underworld, allowing Elijah to harness its power for his own nefarious purposes. On the night of a rare lunar eclipse, when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, Anna confronts Elijah at the heart of Ravenswood, the abandoned carnival grounds. The air is thick with supernatural energy as Elijah prepares to complete the ritual that will grant him ultimate power. Anna engages in a desperate battle of wills and wits with Elijah, using her knowledge of arcane symbols and ancient rituals to disrupt his ceremony. She faces terrifying manifestations, ghostly apparitions, spectral hands reaching from the shadows, but she refuses to back down, driven by her love for Sarah and her determination to protect Ravenswood from Elijah's malevolence. In a climactic showdown beneath the blood-red eclipse, Anna confronts Elijah in a final, harrowing confrontation. With courage and cunning, she manages to shatter the time loop, severing Elijah's connection to the underworld and banishing the dark forces that threaten to consume the town. As dawn breaks, Ravenswood returns to normalcy, but Anna knows her life will never be the same. Exhausted and emotionally drained, Anna returns to her apartment, reflecting on the events that have forever changed her. She realizes that while she has vanquished Elijah and saved Ravenswood, scars, both physical and emotional, will remain. Seeking solace, Anna visits Sarah's grave at the town cemetery, where she finally finds closure. She speaks to Sarah's spirit, apologizing for not being able to save her sooner and promising to honor her memory by continuing to seek out and expose supernatural mysteries. As Ravenswood recovers from the supernatural upheaval, Anna returns to her role as an investigative journalist with renewed purpose. Armed with the knowledge and experiences gained from her ordeal, she sets out to uncover other hidden truths lurking in the shadows, knowing that the line between the natural and supernatural worlds is thinner than most people realize. Daniel Hughes, an investigative journalist for a paranormal magazine, had always approached stories of haunted places with skepticism. He prided himself on his ability to unravel mysteries with logic and reason, but Blackwood Manor was different. Nestled on the outskirts of a fog-bound town, the abandoned Gothic mansion loomed like a dark sentinel over the surrounding landscape. It was rumored that Blackwood Manor harbored restless spirits. Each iteration of the story told of a different entity haunting its halls, each more terrifying than the last. Daniel couldn't resist the lure of such a notorious location, especially when whispers of a tragic secret bound to the manor's history reached his ears. On a cold, moonlit night, Daniel parked his car at the edge of the overgrown driveway leading to Blackwood Manor. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, broken only by the distant hoot of an owl. Armed with his camera, voice recorder, and a sense of cautious curiosity, Daniel stepped across the threshold into the mansion's grand foyer. The interior was as he expected, dusty, decrepit, with cobwebs hanging like tattered curtains from the ceiling. Moonlight filtered through stained glass windows, casting strange, shifting patterns on the floor. Daniel's footsteps echoed ominously as he ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion, his senses alert for any sign of supernatural activity. As Daniel explored, he encountered the first manifestation, a flickering shadow that darted across the hallway. He dismissed it as a trick of the light, attributing his nerves to the foreboding atmosphere of the place. Yet, with each step deeper into the mansion, the encounters grew more pronounced. A cold breeze where there should be none, whispers that seemed to echo from the walls themselves, and fleeting glimpses of figures that vanished when he turned to look directly at them. Daniel recorded everything meticulously, his journalistic instincts battling with a growing sense of unease. It was during his third exploration that Daniel encountered her, a spectral figure in a morning gown, her features obscured by shadows. Eleanor Blackwood, he would later learn, died centuries ago under accusations of witchcraft and dark practices. Her spirit, restless and vengeful, haunted the mansion seeking justice for the injustices she suffered in life. Eleanor's presence was palpable, her voice a haunting whisper in Daniel's ear, warning him to leave before it was too late. But Daniel was determined to uncover the truth, driven by guilt over a past failed investigation that led to tragedy. He pressed on, each encounter with Eleanor revealing more about her tragic fate and the darkness that consumed her. Then it happened. Daniel woke up to find himself back at the beginning, reliving the day he first entered Blackwood Manor. Confusion turned to dread as he realized he was trapped in a time loop, destined to repeat his investigation over and over again. Each iteration revealed new horrors, different spirits with their own stories of pain and betrayal tied to the mansion's dark past. With each cycle, Daniel delved deeper into the mystery, uncovering journals, old photographs, and cryptic symbols that hinted at Eleanor's involvement in occult rituals. The stakes grew higher as Daniel's sanity wavered under the relentless onslaught of supernatural terror, his only anchor the determination to break the cycle and uncover the truth. Through meticulous research and conversations with local historians, Daniel pieced together Eleanor's story, a tragic tale of love, betrayal, and a desperate bid for power that ended in her unjust execution. He discovered that Eleanor's spirit was bound to Blackwood Manor by a curse fueled by her thirst for vengeance against those who wronged her. Daniel's obsession deepened as he uncovered a link between Eleanor's fate and his own, a distant ancestor accused of betraying Eleanor to save himself from accusations of witchcraft. The revelation shook Daniel to his core, intertwining his destiny with Eleanor's in ways he never imagined. Armed with newfound knowledge and a resolve hardened by fear and determination, Daniel confronted Eleanor's spirit in a final harrowing showdown. The mansion quaked with supernatural energy as they faced each other, a battle of wills and wits that transcended the boundaries of life and death. Eleanor's vengeful spirit unleashed spectral horrors upon Daniel, testing his courage and resolve to the breaking point. Yet, through empathy and a willingness to confront his own demons, Daniel discovered the key to breaking the time loop, a forgotten ritual of redemption buried within the mansion's darkest secrets. With trembling hands and a heart heavy with guilt and sorrow, Daniel performed the ritual, an act of penance and forgiveness that liberated Eleanor's spirit from its tortured existence. As dawn broke over Blackwood Manor, the mansion fell silent, its restless inhabitants finally at peace. Daniel emerged from the ordeal forever changed, carrying scars, both physical and emotional, but also a sense of closure and redemption. He returned to his life as an investigative journalist, forever marked by his experience at Blackwood Manor. Though haunted by memories of the supernatural, Daniel continued his quest for truth, now with a newfound respect for the unseen forces that shape our world. In the quiet moments of reflection, Daniel often found himself thinking of Eleanor, a tragic figure whose story had touched his life in ways he couldn't fully comprehend. He knew that some mysteries were meant to remain unsolved, their answers buried in the shadows of history. As he penned his final article on Blackwood Manor, Daniel felt a sense of peace, a belief that perhaps, in facing the darkness within ourselves and others, we could find a path to redemption and healing. And as he closed the chapter on Blackwood Manor, Daniel Hughes knew that some echoes once heard could never be forgotten. Dr. Ethan Blackwell woke to the shrill alarm of his lab's containment breach alert, heart pounding with dread. It was the same nightmare replaying, a day etched in terror and regret. The sterile white walls of Mountview Research Facility offered no solace as he rushed to the lab, the memory of the failed experiment burning in his mind. Mountview stood isolated amidst mist-shrouded mountains, its sleek exterior betraying the horrors within. Ethan, a seasoned virologist driven by ambition, had overseen countless experiments aiming to engineer viruses for medical breakthroughs. Today, however, the line between cure and catastrophe blurred irreversibly. In his quest to create a virus capable of targeting cancer cells, Ethan had pushed the boundaries of genetic manipulation, Unknown to his team, his latest iteration had mutated unexpectedly, breaching containment and infecting the lab technicians. The initial symptoms were benign: fatigue, mild fever. But with each cycle, the virus evolved, twisting its hosts into grotesque, mutated forms. Ethan's torment began with the realization that time was stuck in a loop where the virus mutated with each repetition, spawning new horrors. He witnessed colleagues transform into monstrous creatures, their skin blistered with tumors, limbs elongated into grotesque appendages. The air reeked of antiseptics and fear as Ethan frantically searched for a cure amidst mounting chaos. As days blurred into a relentless cycle of death and rebirth, Ethan's mind fractured. Visions haunted him, phantom echoes of the horrific consequences of his ambition. Faces of former colleagues stared accusingly from the shadows, their voices whispers of condemnation. Yet he pressed on, driven by a desperate need to atone for his hubris and save those still uninfected. Dialogues echoed through sterile corridors, debates over ethics, pleas for mercy, and futile attempts to contain the outbreak. Ethan's dialogue with his conscience was the loudest, a battle between scientific curiosity and moral responsibility. He struggled to balance the urgency of finding a cure with the weight of lives lost to his experiment gone wrong. Each iteration intensified the stakes. The virus mutated faster, its victims transforming into nightmarish amalgamations of flesh and despair. Ethan's race against time mirrored his descent into madness, his efforts to decode the virus's genetic sequence becoming frantic as hope dwindled. He experimented with serums, antivirals, and desperate prayers to science itself. In a climactic confrontation, Ethan faced the viral mutation itself, a malevolent force driven by primal instincts to survive and replicate. The facility's once pristine labs were now battlegrounds, strewn with broken equipment and the bodies of those lost to the virus's relentless evolution. The air hummed with tension as Ethan stared into the abyss of his creation. With a flash of insight born from desperation, Ethan uncovered a forgotten detail, a flaw in the virus's replication mechanism. In a final act of defiance against fate, he synthesized a counteragent, a last-ditch effort to halt the virus's rampage. The showdown was visceral, a battle of intellect and will against a force of nature turned monstrous. As dawn broke over the now silent Mount View research facility, Ethan emerged, bloodied, broken, but victorious. The virus lay dormant, its victims lost, but their sacrifice not in vain. He limped through empty halls, haunted by the echoes of contagion that would forever haunt his dreams. In the aftermath, Ethan vowed to never again cross the line between scientific curiosity and human consequence. He left Mount View, a shadow of his former self, forever marked by the horrors he had witnessed and the price paid for his ambition.
Explore more spine-tingling stories and unearth the mysteries of the unknown. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest tales of terror. Remember, the fear doesn't end here. Keep your eyes open and your nightmares close. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and may you never lose your thrill for the unknown. Fear Files, signing off.